How y'all doing? This is the record. This is the production of I Can't Believe.
I can't believe all the life that we shared. Yes, we made it.
I'm gonna talk to you, but let's just get
We're
this one.
standing there. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked through.
How y'all doing?
We made it and didn't lose our way. Long in the road, traveled by many souls, and never made this long. Mountains we crossed.
Well, we're gonna get into the record in just a little bit. I just wanted to kind of say hello first. How are you? It's been a minute since I talked to you. We are actually going to be talking about the production of this record. If you remember in parts 1 through 4, what we actually did was go through the songwriting process. And the songwriting process, takes us to the beginning of the song where we first get the song and, I start writing to it. And from the genesis of the song, if you guys recall, all I had was the guitar part, and the guitar part, was enough for me to get started. Let me just remind you of what it was at the beginning, right?
We didn't lose our way.
Here's what we had right at the beginning when Drew Suggs actually sent me the track. This is what I had. That's what I heard. I was like, wow, there's something there. And I wrote, I can't believe all the life that we shared. Yeah, we made it through. We're standing in each other's arms. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked through. We made it and didn't lose our way. And that's how the song started, right? And it's come a long way since that. And what we're going to be talking about today is just kind of further bringing you behind the scenes and what happens in the creation of a record. A record has so many elements of things that are together that allow you to actually learn the song and enjoy the song, right? So right now I'm going to go ahead and take out the lead so I can talk to you. That's the chorus.
That we shared, yeah, we made it through. And we're standing there in the dawn. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked through. We made it and didn't lose our way.
But what happens in the world when we send the song to you in about 3.5 to 4 minutes or so, you give it a thumbs up or you give it a, I don't know so much, or a thumbs down, right? How many times have you heard a song when the first time the song comes on, you're like, I don't like that song. And then they play it and play it and play it, and all of a sudden it becomes your song. Repetition's a point and a part of it as well. Plus, it's got to sound somewhat familiar and still be unique, and it's an interesting thing that we go through. So my job as a record producer, for myself as the artist, often, there are record producers who don't sing or play at all. As the record producer for Lennox, I'm also the vocalist, the songwriter, arranger, and producer. And I own my label. So there's so much work. I spend 90-something% of the time doing the business when what I would love to do is do the music. So, I'm also looking for an entity that I can partner with that will handle all of, the shared responsibilities of the administration of the business so I can be more the artist. So, I'm looking for that kind of relationship with an existing bigger entity, but until that time happens, I'll kind of, wear the hats and shift the brim around, right? So in this particular case, right, I have now added to the guitar, right? I've got percussion going on. The percussion kind of keeps the bounce in this particular case, the rhythm, the groove, right? But there are other instruments, the rhythm section, that help to do that as well. I've got Tyler Sherrod playing on bass. Let me let you hear what Tyler's doing on the bass. And I often, in R&B music, we need a bass that's grooving that really kind of sets the vibe. So check out Tyler doing his thing. All right, he's going to come in a second. I'll bring him in for you. Right here. 2, 3. Here comes Tyler right here.
I can't believe all the life that we shared. Yeah, we made it through. And we're standing there alone. I believe all the
Sorry. Right, that's Tyler doing his thing, right? And then I've got Mark on Fender Rhodes, Mark Polonese. He's also playing keyboards. Right? And so all of that together, turns into vibes, right? So you hear the percussion stuff that happens in the back. Part of that Lennox Armstrong. That's my son. I'm part of you playing.
We're standing at each other's arms. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walk through.
And that's the part that you typically learn first, right? So, my job is to pull all of the individual parts together, and kind of like in a movie, I would be a producer and a director. In the record business, I'm the producer, and I'm responsible for the sound that you hear and what you visualize, when listening, right? How does that feel? What does it sound like? What instruments come in where? How is the level of the bass to the drums and the drums to the percussion? And, is it on the right side? Is it on the left side? Is it, everything, right? So at the end, if I've done a great job, you hear that record and you don't think of the individual parts. You think of the sum of the individual parts. And I make it either a great record or I make it a great record. Those are my options. I've got to make it a great record in order for you to vibe with. So I'm going to go ahead and play the song and let you hear it all together. I'm going to play the whole song, but I'll play a good part of it. And then I haven't added drums as of yet, but I will be adding drums. But it's quite the groove going on right there, just as is. So you ready? This is where I'm up to. This is phase 1 for me of the production of I Can't Believe. Here we go.
I can't believe all the life that we shared. Yes, we made it through. And we're standing there together. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked through. We made it and didn't lose our way. Long in the road, traveled by many souls, but never made it long. Mountains we crossed, journeys and trials of a life we chosen to share. Heavy the load is walked through. I knew I never wanted to make you without you. All the life that we shared, yeah, we made it through. We're standing at each other. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked through. We made it and didn't lose our way. We didn't lose our way. But just to make it, we had to look deep into our souls and make up our mind that we never let go. 'Cause no one would come to save us, not friends or family. We decide sacrifice to be This is our story, what we chose to be, much more than the words could ever be. I can't believe that we shared, yeah, we made it, so we made it through. We're standing in each other. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked, that we walked. We made it through time. Loving yourself is all well and good. The habit to be understood. Well, it's just the way.
Well, that is that song, and that's how it's coming along. I hope you enjoyed that. That is, I can't believe it. Hasn't it come a long, long way from the beginning of the song when it was just this part right here? Do you remember it was just this so long ago? Ooh, yeah. I can't believe all the life that we shared. Yeah, we made it through. We're standing in each other's arms. I can't believe all the hills and the valleys that we walked through. We made it inside. One of the things that I love about music that if the song is good, it's really hard to mess up a great song. You could miss the production values and kind of get it wrong, but the song is the song, and it either is a really great song or not so much. Well, in any case, this is Lennox. I've written this song especially for you, and I thank you so very much for taking the journey with me and staying with me as we move along. I will be back to you soon after I've added the drums, and then we'll go from the production of the song to mixing, and I'll bring in a guy that I've worked with for ages. I've worked with this guy longer than my sons have been alive, and his name is Louis Alfred. He is just an absolutely wonderful joy to work with, and a great and talented friend of mine as well. And I'll introduce all of these people to you. I'll show you pictures of them the next time we get together, so you'll know who Tyler is, who Alex is, who Mark is, who Drew is, who Lewis is. And then we go from that to the next stage, which is marketing, right? So we'll take you along on the journey as well. Thank you so very much. I'm Lennox Armstrong. I've written this song for you, and I thank you so very, very kindly. And by the way, don't forget to go and pick up the record. The record is out. That's the CD right there. So those of you who have ordered already, it's coming to you very, very shortly. I'm going to personally autograph them and send them to you. Do you see it again? Don't forget, get your record. All right. Thanks very much, guys. Love you. God bless. God loves you. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao.